Welcome to part 19 of Dynasty Warriors 9. We're finishing up the showdown at Chibi. And by the way, there's still the matter of the pursuit of Chibi that we have to deal with before we end Chapter 6. But right now we're going to be focusing on the rest of the missions of Chibi. First things first, we're going to have to start the link chain plot. There's two parts to this. The first part is going to be us talking to Pang Tong and getting rid of anybody that may or may not get suspicious of Pang Tong chaining the ships together. So that's what we're going to do first.
The most efficient
and once we talk to him, all we need to do is get on the dock and actually get started. So here's the thing you need to understand. If you're playing as Pang Tong, one, you don't have your staff with you. Instead, you share a weapon with Zhang Jiao. And two, I think there's more missions that you have to undertake as Pang Tong as opposed to doing this with anybody else. That's why it's shorter here with Liu Bei than what it is for Pang Tong, because Pang Tong has to outright convince these guys to actually chain their ship together. You don't have to worry about that with Liu Bei. So on that note, we're just gonna make sure that nobody, and I mean nobody, stops Pang Tong from chaining the ships together. So we'll just be riding on this boat that is on autopilot that will definitely lead us to the mission. Oh, and funny thing, it was this particular mission that was in the review, but I was doing this as a Wu officer. The boat sailed the opposite direction while I was trying to get to an objective. It wasn't this particular mission, but it was something else. But it still involved the Navy. But it doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is the boat had a mind of its own and diverted me away from the mission I wanted to go to. Well, since I'm here, all we have to do is just take over the boat and defeat Guan Hai. Now, here's the funny part. Because of the fact that we made all of the soldiers not only drunk but seasick, Guo Huai will have little to no morale, so his soldiers would be easy to take out. However, have you not done that, Guo Huai would be rallying right now, and it would be a lot tougher for you to deal with him than if you actually made the officers, you know, drunk. Because by doing this, this will allow Pang Tong to actually get Cao Cao's advice. No, give Cao Cao advice on how to deal with the ship, should I say the seasickness problem. Oh, ouch! I forgot. Oh, Guo Huai does not have the same weapon he has. He doesn't have the cannon, which, by the way, is sad, because the cannon actually ruled in Dynasty Warriors 7 and 8. Here, not so much. So, we don't have to worry about Guo Huai actually ratting us out. We can now go on and worry about the link ship plot too.
Keep it up.
For now, we can actually focus on another mission. This one right here. The higher the mission, the less morale that Cao Cao has. Remember that, folks. Even though it's 20 or 30 minutes, no, 20 and 30 levels higher than yours. The funny part is, by the time we actually get to Yiling, I'd probably be in the 90s. That's sad. That's very, very sad to think about.
We need to find a way to help alleviate.
Alright. Let's just take care of these captains here, and I can proceed on without any hitch. And we capture the base. So, let's hop on Red Hair and continue my journey. In case anybody's wondering, why did I not have X marks? I gotta beat the game with him first, and I've already beaten the game with Pang Tong. So on that note, on to the next mission. This one is going to be Advice to Sushu. Wait a minute. Hold on. Why is it Advice to Sushu? Yeah, I had to capture that port. We can't have anybody ransacking that port for any reason. But now that I stop to think about it, why is it Advice to Sushu? He's already eliminated! Well, I did state back in part 16, I do believe, that there are some characters who still linger about after their chapters are over with. Chingon was one of them. The other one... Oh wait, actually, there was a correction on that. Chingon actually did get eliminated in Chapter 4. Koei's own chapter elimination chart is also wrong. I should have went on my game experience instead. But Zushu is definitely one of the characters who was eliminated last chapter, but he still lingers on in this chapter. And not to mention, he also has what-if scenarios if you buy the DLC packets the DLC packs that have the what-if scenarios. He's among like 5 of them. Chinggong is another one. Let's see. Guojia, I didn't mention him. He had one too. Lu Su, Sao Pi, and I do believe
How have you made
Zhang
it this
Hui.
far?
They're the only ones that have one.
Defeating me will not benefit you in the
Now,
slightest.
here's the thing about Sushu. He's
What's
a
that
way
you said?
officer by
I
the
should
time you get
evacuate
to
because of
Chibi,
fire.
so that's why his outfit
kind of
looks
you to
a
warn me.
little bit different than what it already does. So he's blue at Ezio Auditory, okay. But nonetheless, warning him will not get him caught in the crossfire of Chibi. Now on to the next part of this. We're going to be making these missions fast, because some of these missions really aren't that hard or complicated. They can be drawn out if they're like battles, because updates have happened.
Those men
And I'm warning you now, updates have happened to make things harder. The Southwesterly Winds is the next mission, and this is where you have to protect Zugaleon on the altar. For those of you who's played Chibi, you all know that's the first thing you do. Here, you basically have to chop down many of missions first before you get strong enough to save Zugaleon from Jiashu, who is attacking the altar.
I do not want anybody to fall behind.
And the altar will practically be one of the missions that is going to be important for every single Wu and Shu officer that is important in this battle. Yes, even Xiao Ji. She will be trying to protect her husband in Chibi. However, once we get to the end of Chapter 6, you'll realize how much of a dirt move it is for Koei to do what they did to her. It's already a dirt move because she's practically fawning over big, strong guys as opposed to what really happened to her. But nonetheless, it's time for us to defend the Western Bank, which is to stop Cao Cao from
Jen, there is no need for you to join
doing
this battle.
any sort of
Simply
things
sit
that will
back and enjoy
cause...
watching you take out the
Okay, how should I put this? This will stop Cao Cao from intercepting
Watch me.
our
I
ships,
promise.
so that when Huang Gai does his thing, he doesn't get derailed by Cao Pi. So that's why you want to take care of him first. And Cao Pi will actually catch on to the deflection ploy and stop it. So completely rushing out to defeat Cao Cao is a bad idea. And for the record, even if the fire attack is prevented, it still will happen regardless. And we are still fighting, and more importantly, we still got 2 more people left to defeat, and that is Cao Cao. Actually, no, I think we defeated her already, too. I thought we had 2 more people to defeat. We only had 1. I mean, Cao Pi was one of the only ones left. I took care of just about all of their troops.
How did we let
Zenji was also another one.
I am curious how much longer our struggles will continue.
But let's just make sure we take care of business and take care of everyone here. And in case you're wondering what Su Sheng Sheng is wearing, that is her DLC costume that you get from buying the game day 1, which is now got full price. Way to go. Way to go, Koei. Just way to go. And it's practically them altering her outfit to look like a bathing suit. Alright, now it's time for the Link Ship Plot Part 2. Since we stopped Guo Huai and Pang Tong chained the ships together, I think Pang Tong is going to continue to do some more damage. And speaking of things doing damage, for some reason my game throughout the entirety of the next 3 parts will be stuttering, dropping frames, and trying to crash. I don't know why, but it's doing it. Koei, you really should have put this in the oven a lot more. And we can all blame this on the open world. That's why it's not in Empires 9. Or should I say Dynasty Warriors 9 Empires. Nonetheless, it's not in the next game coming out. And I really hope Koei actually works. Not just on the gameplay, not just on the footage, not just on how things are being handled. Work also on the English voice actors, because they need to sit down, rehearse, get emotions, actually get into the roles, and more importantly, stop acting like it's a quick paycheck. Just saying. But it's me, and I have only 408 subscribers. They're not gonna take my advice. Hey, if you guys get popular enough, they will. Hell, who knows? They may even actually give me a role as a voice actor on Dynasty Warriors. Bad chance, but it's a dream, man. A man can dream. A man can dream. So, if I ever was, while I'm actually going to the next location, if I ever was to actually voice a Dynasty Warriors character, which would you think I should voice? I mean, no, not anyone that's already here, but like any of the new characters. Just saying. But it's kind of a question I would ask all the audience here. That's if they actually would go through with it. And you know they probably won't. But a man can dream. I mean, I've been with the series for quite some time. I do need some sort of reparation. Anyway, now it's time for us to continue on with our plot.
One more push,
so,
and they'll tie their ships together.
In order for that push to happen,
perhaps
we're gonna have to attack more of Cao Cao's men. And that means we're gonna have to get rid of the guys who just so happen... Oh, actually, no, we're gonna have to escort Pang Tong over to the area where the seasick crew members are. And we're gonna have to take out more of Cao Cao's soldiers so that nothing happens to Pang Tong. Funny thing is, if you undertake this mission as Pang Tong, all you gotta do is just travel over there with no problem. It's not even an escort mission if you're playing as Pang Tong. You just simply teleport over there, but you're gonna have to answer some questions in order for you to do so. Now that I have forgotten. It's been a while since I played as Pang Tong. But more importantly, we got bandits and wolves. Oh no, bandits.
The murmur of this river.
And we
is
got
quite
Siwen
faint.
G, who just
Maybe
appeared out of
closer,
nowhere.
I can think of even more resplendent sounds.
Wait, hold on. Where is she? Ah, there she is.
The battlefield is a strange place to be indulging in poetry.
But also we have
Very
Eugene
well.
as well.
I shall accompany you.
Oh,
for your safety.
and for the record, those two is a very infamous pairing. No, not like couple pairing, but it's a very infamous mission where Eugene, and Lee Deanne is trying to search for Siwen G. And Siwen G was playing completely and cluelessly oblivious of what's going on.
I have discovered a rather suspicious individual. Must
She
be
practically, oh, and for the record, I just stood there and this guy literally missed every single blow. Y'all just witnessed that, right? But anyway, as I was saying, Siwen G was, or Kaiwen G basically was frolicking around and was trying to search for flowers, not knowing that Eugene had a whole entire force searching for her because Cao Cao ordered him to do so. That man almost blew a gasket.
Could I let this one escape my grasp?
And by the way, that's on Dynasty
Failure
Warriors
is
and
worthy
Extreme
of the harshest
Legends.
punishment.
Or if you're playing the Switch version, Extreme Legends Complete.
The din of battle has caused me to lose the song
But-
that was in my head.
They're here to try to stop
Maybe
Peng
it will
Tong
return to
from
me once the
reaching his
land knows
destination.
peace again.
We can't have that, now can we?
That takes care of the enemy.
So
here.
instead,
Time to march onwards.
all we have to do is just make him go to the... Oh! He's there! Okay! He's done it! And without Eugene there, Peng Tong will actually be able to convince everybody to chain the ships together. So now, on to the next mission. Like, are these guys going to actually make it across the bridge or something? Probably not. Oh, funny thing, I forgot to mention. Peng Tong was actually a
Well,
Wu
this should
officer
be far
before
enough.
he
I'll
actually
just go
defected
and
to
make
Shu.
sure the enemy ties their ships together.
That's all that needs to be said about him. I didn't think he was way first in Wu than Shu. But before I forget, okay, we've got ourselves another level, so let's put this where it needs to be on. Some attack and also some more stamina. And by the time I'm done, I'll be strong enough to deal with anything. So, with that said, let's actually stop right here for a minute because I gotta go. Bye! Sorry about that. I had to basically head out to the gym for a little bit. I'm back now and it's the afternoon. So, with that said, let us go on ahead and draw out Cao Cao. The funny thing about doing all this is, depending on the officer, you have to go with the taunting unit or the taunting unit's already there. In Liu Bei's case, or anybody on the Shu forces, the taunting unit is already doing their business. Wu, anybody on Wu that's around at this time, you have to escort the taunting unit over to Cao Cao and have them to do what they need to do. Did I just sink into the water? I just sunk into the water.
We are unable to hang on.
Y'all
to
didn't
this
see that.
position.
Nobody saw that.
I fear we will never win this battle.
Whew. Anyway, let's not fall into the water again. Let's go on ahead and get into the next area, which, by the way, I thought the taunting unit was following me, but I guess not. Alright, I just said it, but I just want to make sure that there's footage to confirm everything I say, because sometimes this game tends to change up. Now. Oh no.
Shall we start
Oh, I was about to say, this game better not have crashed.
We're ready.
Oh lord, I would have been so angry. So
Understood.
just select
We'll get
yes,
our
and
eyes
all
on
you
them.
have to do
Don't
is
worry.
just let the taunting soldiers
can
do their
help
thing.
if
This
you're
is basically an
feeling
escort
seasick.
mission if you are playing as any Wu
Heard a
officers.
great idea. If we chain the ships
So,
together,
with that
then
said,
we won't get sick.
Everything that is happening is now happening. The plan is coming to fruition.
If you want a piece of us,
And with that said, this will be a somewhat great victory if there's one problem. Whoever made the CGI for this game just lost any and all will to actually make a grandiose CGI, because let's face it, 7 is like the best cutscenes in the game. Plain and simple, 7 was the better game. Hands down.
It is time for
9's
us
a
to
guilty
crush
pleasure,
our
but
weakened
7's the
opponent
best
and
in the
claim our
series.
victory. All units, advance on the enemy main camp.
Anyway, all we have to do is wait for South South to show up. I mean, yeah, the GPS is trying to bring us over to him, but we just need to wait for him to show up.
come on.
It's part of the
Drink some more.
instructions. Or we could shoot him with an arrow. Yeah, you can actually do that if he gets close enough range. Funny that. But also, you might want to take care of the Xiaoho Dun and Xiaoho Yuan while you're waiting for Cao Cao. Because of one thing, these two tend to pretty much attack you. Obviously, you're in their territory while you're trying to deal with Cao Cao. So, with that said,
If we are unable to
let's
hang on
just
to
make
this
quick
position,
work of
then
the rest
I
of
fear
Cao
we
Cao's
will never
forces
win this
and
battle.
deal with Cao Cao himself. Yes, I said Cao Cao so many times, I'm surprised the dude did not show up and showed up right behind me and just looked at me like, what do you want? Yeah, that is an old proverb in China. If you say Cao Cao, he will most likely appear. Let's see, where is he? Oh, his ship's coming up right now. I thought I'd have to take a boat to get to him, but apparently not. I'll just wait for him then. Just wait for him patiently. Because here's the thing. I don't have to worry about the taunting unit, and I certainly do not have to worry about myself falling in battle, because guess what? There are checkpoints in this game, so we'll just pick up where we last left off, and plus you could actually make items to make yourself bounce back up and give yourself a little bit of health. No, I'm not kidding. That's still a thing, even after so many updates. So I think I should have mentioned, not only does difficulty does not matter, but death has no consequences in this game.
I will not be defeated.
I know, I
What
know.
You are scheming. Now, bow down.
That's
before
kind of
my
foolish for me to
ambition.
say, but at the end of the day, what do you expect? And there's Cao Cao. Let's give him the beating that he so desperately deserves. But more importantly, I have to make sure that I was in time when I did this, because there are going to be a lot of cutscenes. And quite frankly, this game, not this game, but rather the next part, which is, no, actually no, the part after this, which is part 21, that's the cursed part. I'm letting you now, no, there's not going to be the cursed scene, but rather, okay, maybe considering how angry the game makes me, but I mean by cursed part because things happen, and you know how sometimes Uploader does the stupid things it does. Well, should I say Xbox One Recorder does the stupid things that it does. Well, it ended up corrupting some important footage, so I'm warning you all 2 parts in advance because it's gonna show up.
The fire attack now.
And unfortunately, I don't intend on trying to replay this game all the way back to the beginning because that's a lot of ground to cover. But nonetheless, we have defeated Cao Cao.
We managed to hold off the first wave. We should have a small respite before the next attack comes.
The wind has changed direction. It is blowing from the southeast. Now is the moment, Master Joyu.
All right, the time has come. Prepare to drown Cao Cao's fleet in a sea of flames! Ah! It's a fire ship!
So! On behalf of the entire Sun family, I've come to offer you our warmest greetings!
Master Huanggai has shown us the way. Listen, men of Sun Wu, have courage! It's time for us to defeat Cao Cao!
Up to now, we've been running. But not anymore. Just wait, Cao Cao. I will have your head on a spike!
Okay, it's time for all units to move to the offensive. This is our best chance to finally slay Cao Cao!
Cao Cao has survived crisis after crisis in the past. He is sure to have made meticulous preparations to enable his escape again this time.
If so, then we need to pursue him and secure the surrounding area. By covering both avenues, not even Cao Cao will be able to escape us.
Cao Cao will not have made it far yet. But if we go after him now, we will face the ferocious determination of his remaining troops. The wisest move is to slowly tighten the drawstring on the net surrounding him, and make sure we catch our quarry. That is the plan I have devised.
The battle's mostly won, but the real challenge begins now. Keep up the pressure and press the attack!
Well, with the fire on display, it's time for us to go after Cao Cao. We have ourselves a new set of missions. But one thing's for sure, Cao Cao's pursuit will not begin until you get to the area where you start pursuing Cao Cao. So you don't have to worry about being on a time limit. It happens on every difficulty. The mission doesn't start till you get there. On that note, try to divert yourself away from any of those missions. More like what I'm saying is, if you have a mission that's close to where Cao Cao's pursuit happens, try to divert yourself away from it.
Begin the pursuit immediately.
Now, first thing on the docket, we're gonna have to secure the port so that Cao Cao will not get away by boat. And that means we're gonna have to cut down anybody that stands in our way, which is Junyu.
It's all thanks.
And Junyu's around here somewhere, he just has not shown up. Which is ironic. Oh wait, no, it's not ironic because this game didn't load him yet. And now that they did, he's right behind me.
Ships are all linked together. We couldn't run away if we wanted.
He's around here somewhere. Come on, where is he? Ah, there he is.
Position, it will make our withdrawal. That
Even though I
much
was
easier.
standing right
We must
there.
capture it for the sake of our forces.
Yes, I know. I brought this on myself. I brought this on myself.
I don't plan on letting that happen.
Come here. End this so that we can move on. Ouch. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, once I take care of Junyu, we can move on to the next mission. However, there's going to be a chain of new missions opening up once you actually defeat some of these missions, so keep an eye on them. Because every mission you do will make things a lot easier. Like for instance, this mission right here will prevent Cao Cao from easily meeting Cao Ren at the port. And all the other missions that we're doing will actually isolate where Cao Cao is going. This one right here, we're about to go to next. Hey, wait. There we go. Just making sure that there's no one left. This mission right here that we're about to do, we're capturing Tianmei Castle. That way, we will be able to make sure that Cao Cao doesn't get any rest and doesn't have any allies to give him supplies so he can continue his pursuit. He's practically gathering allies. Like the Wei version of this, you have to gather all of your allies before you can actually meet up with Cao Ren and escape. Oh, it's Siege on Jiangling. My eyes are so damn bad. I am an idiot.
Cao Cao and Cao Ren are likely to flee.
But Siege on Jiangling, you're practically gonna have to climb up the wall. Oh.
At each gate, and we'll surround them once they get here.
They won't let me climb up the walls. Okay, let me climb up the walls now. Ah, darn it. Oh, I don't need to. The guy we need to kill is right out here. Okay, that just makes things a lot easier. They're all outside.
I wonder which trap I should use.
So, with that said, let's waste them. And with one fell swoop, there goes Manchong. Wait, he's still alive. Oh.
Let's deal with him quickly and move on.
There he is. I thought that would have ended it, but I guess not. Now that ended it. Alright, on to the next battle.
That didn't turn out like I expected. I was hoping to test a variety of
which is
tactics
around the
against
building.
I'll protect this.
Now then,
Single mouse won't get
as we continue on with the Dynasty Warriors games, there is a question I want to ask any of the audience.
I will defend this place with my life if I have to.
I'm trying to think. Oh yeah. What do you guys want me to play after I finish both 9 and 5? Because I do have some projects that I wanted to start in the works. But,
Come on, guys.
what do you guys want me to play? Just let me know in the comment section below. Right after I'm completely done with 9 and 5. Because, you see, I only got, maybe 7 more chapters. And I'll just breeze through them. Because, let's face it, when it comes down to Liu Bei, he's only got, maybe the battle of
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Hanzong and then Mount Dingchun. He has that battle there. And he also has Giling, which will be his last battle. Because he doesn't take part in the Battle of Fon Castle. And also, as far as for Liu Shan is concerned, he's practically the remaining 4 chapters of the game, not 3 chapters. No, he's the remaining 4 chapters because he starts out at chapter 10. And as far as for 5 is concerned, all I got is, I think, only 20 more stages left, and those will be done quite fairly quickly, provided there's no more cursed episodes like the last 2 that showed up. But nonetheless, just let me know what I need to do. All I have to do is finish up this one last guy, and that's it. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to do that and everything else in the next part. So, with that said, we will finish up Chapter 6 in Part 20. This is RVman985. See you guys next time. We're almost at the halfway point.